The Bisons traveled on the road last week away from Sahlen Field. Let's take a look back at some of the action on this week's road trip recap. The Bisons are coming off their most successful road trip of the season, winning 4 out of 6 games in Central New York against the Syracuse Mets, and Buffalo started off the series with a bang on Tuesday night. Frankie Montas was the starter for Syracuse on a Major League injury rehab assignment. Will Robertson did the most damage. 3 home runs off of Montas in consecutive at-bats, nearly setting the modern-era franchise record for homers in a single game. Robertson became the 10th different Bison in the modern era to hit 3 home runs in a single game, and the first in over a decade to do it in a Bison's uniform. For Robertson, his solo home run in the top of the first gave Buffalo a 1-0 lead on the rising line drive over the Salt City deck in right field. And then after the Bisons fell behind 4-1 after 1 inning, it was Robertson and Aurelvis Martinez going back-to-back in the 3rd inning to tie the game at 4. For Robertson, his second home run of the night was a 2-run homer, followed immediately by Aurelvis Martinez's solo shot to left field. They would go back-to-back once again. The Bisons would score for the next 5 runs on their way to the 8-5 victory. The last batter that Montas would face was Will Robertson, who clubbed his 3rd straight home run of the game. It would end Montas' day. After Colin Poche came on to pitch, the results were the same. Aurelvis Martinez belted his 2nd home run of the night. The Bisons going into the week had 2 games in which they had back-to-back home runs, and in 1 game, they had doubled that effort. With 2 times in the game, they had hit back-to-back home runs against the Syracuse Mets. Robertson's night wouldn't end there. He would help cap the scoring in the 9th. His RBI double gave him 4 hits on the game and 5 RBIs for the night for Robertson. He was on fire all week long, would eventually finish the week with 5 total home runs for Buffalo, and in the opening game of the series, helped lead the team to an 8-5 victory. The 2 teams would seesaw victories back and forth the first 4 days of the series. Syracuse would get the better of Buffalo in Game 2 on Wednesday night, but not for a lack of offense by the Bisons in their 7-6 loss. R.J. Schreck made his AAA debut, and he promptly homered off of Blade Tidwell. A 2-run home run in the top of the 2nd inning gave Buffalo an early 2-0 lead. For Schreck, his first AAA at-bat was a memorable one, as he would have 2 hits on the day and those 2 RBIs. Also for the Bisons, Aurelvis Martinez would club a home run for a 2nd straight day. His 3rd home run of the series. Yohendrick Pinango also hit a home run for Buffalo, a 3-run shot that brought Buffalo within 1. His first AAA home run made it 7-6 Syracuse, and that's where the game would finish up, helping the Mets secure their first victory of the series. Then the Bisons would go back to work offensively for a 3rd straight day with 10 or more hits. 9-1 victors on Thursday in Syracuse, thanks to a big 5-run top of the 2nd inning for Buffalo that would pace them out to a 5-1 lead at the time. Buffalo would send 10 batters to the plate, and once again, the usual suspects were helping out in the offense, and also the addition of several other bats in the Bisons' batting order, as Riley Terrata, Aurelvis Martinez had back-to-back RBI base hits, and Robert Brooks, the Bisons' backstop, had a 2-run base hit that helped ignite the offense in that top of the 2nd inning. Also, Damiano Palmigiani, hit by a pitch while the bases were loaded, picked up his 10th RBI of the season. The Bison scoring 5 times in that 2nd inning, out to a 5-1 lead. They would add to the total when Terrata would club a solo home run in the top of the 4th, and in the 6th inning, a double by Terrata again, giving him 3 RBIs on the day. The Herd capping off the offense with Aurelvis Martinez hitting his 4th home run of the week. That solo shot in the top of the 9th helped kick off Buffalo's offense in a 2-run top of the 9th, and again, the 9-1 victory over Syracuse. After being shut out in Game 4 of the series, the Bisons would pick up back-to-back victories to close out the set with wins 3 and 4 of the week. The Bisons once again fell behind Syracuse. The Mets would score first in the bottom of the 1st and open up a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 4th. But Anders Tolhurst made the start for Buffalo, would log 5 innings in his lone start of the week, scattering 2 hits and 2 earned runs, but struck out 5 along the way. Justin Brule would pick up his 2nd victory of the season, helping the Bisons' cause after the Bisons would jump out to a 3-2 lead with 3 runs in the top of the 5th inning on the 2nd home run of the week, the 2nd 3-run home run by Yohendrick Pinango. It went to left field the opposite way, giving Buffalo a 3-2 lead, but Syracuse would once again take advantage of the Bisons. 1 run in the bottom of the 6th, 2 more in the 7th, before the Bisons would eventually cap off the offense with, you guessed it, more home runs in back-to-back fashion. Riley Terrata with a 2-run homer after R.J. Schreck's RBI base hit allowed the Bisons to take a 6-5 lead, and then another home run by Will Robertson would make it 7-5 and the final score on the day. Robertson's home run in the top of the 8th inning was his 11th of the season. Not to be outdone, he would club his 12th of the year as well in Buffalo's extra inning victory on Sunday that helped the team secure the series victory. Also, Yohendrick Pinango had another home run for Buffalo in as many days. Pinango, after the Bisons had the 1-0 lead thanks to R.J. Schreck's solo homer, hit a 2-run shot of his own, and it was 3-0 Bisons heading to the 6th inning. Another solo home run by Will Robertson. That was the theme of the week. The long ball was working in Buffalo's favor. A solo homer for Robertson, giving him 12 on the season and 8 RBIs overall on the week. Those 5 homers and 8 RBIs helping pace the Bisons' offense, and the Bisons would take a 4-0 lead to the bottom of the 7th inning, but then Syracuse would go to work against the Bisons' bullpen. They would tie it in the 9th before Justin Brule would eventually pick up the final out in the bottom of the 9th inning and allowing Brule to pick up his 3rd win of the season. Then the Bisons, in the top of the 10th, score 4 times. For Damiano Palmagiani, his first home run of the season came in a big spot for Buffalo. A 3-run homer over left field allowed the Bisons to enjoy an 8-4 lead. Syracuse would score 2 in the bottom of the 10th, but the Bisons were able to pick up the final 2 outs thanks to a ground ball double play that would end the game and give Buffalo their 4th win of the series, defeating Syracuse 8-6. Now the Bisons welcome in the Columbus Clippers, the AAA affiliate of the Cleveland Guardians, for their lone visit into downtown Buffalo this season. It starts with a Tuesday at Sahlen Field this coming Tuesday at 6:35. And note the start times all week long, Tuesday through Saturday. 6:35 will be the start time during the week and on Saturday night, followed by the Father's Day Sunday. 1:05 first pitch between the Bisons and the Clippers to close out the series. Father's Day at the ballpark means a logo baseball giveaway for the first 2,000 fans through the Inspired Dental Gate at Swan Street when the gates open at 11:30 on Sunday. It's a Western New York Immediate Care Family Fun Day as well, with a pregame mascot meet and greet and other activities on the concourse for the kids. The postgame Kids Run the Bases, presented by Platter's Chocolates, will also be followed by a postgame play catch on the field with Dad. There's plenty of great action all week long at Sahlen Field. Head to Bisons.com to find out more.
For this road trip recap, I'm Pat Malacaro.